Assalamu alaikum. This is Farhad Odin Ahmed Buyel. Uh, Today we'll be presenting the topic before all of you. The name of the topic is Social Identities and Language Variation. I think and strongly believe that you will enjoy my presentation today. Actually, social identities and language is related with each other. No challenge to say that social identities refers to how individuals categorize themselves and are categorized by others based on factors such as ethnicity, gender, age, class, geographic location, rationality, nationality, and profession also. On the other hand, if we think about the language variation, then we will see that language variation includes differences. Variation includes differences between what in language use echoes different groups and contexts, which encompassing dialects, accents, slang, and register. Here, register means the professional group, that is doctor, engineer, and pilot, lawyer, and etc. However, I need to focus on another point of view, that is influence of social identity on language use. How social identity is closely related to the influence of language using. People very often modify their speech patterns to align their social identities or to signal belonging to a particular group. You know, and apart from this, dialect and regional testimony. Regional dialects and reflect geographical identities. For example, the speakers different regions may use different distinct vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammatical structures. Now, I can also say the gender and language. Language can vary significantly between genders, with studies showing differences in communication styles, word, and conversational practices. Apart from this, socioeconomic status influence the language. Actually, we know from the rich and affluent society, people use the language in different way. They have the choice. They have the choice also. And cultural identity, language serves as a marker of cultural identity. Bilingual uses language based on social roots and cultural affiliation. Now, age and language change. Younger speakers often adopt new style and they are used to familiar with the new trend. For example, nowadays youngsters throughout the country or across the country are using a trend that is what? That is murbi murbi. And on the other hand, if we see in different radio jockey and different FM radio, they present what? The style, the way they present is nothing but the what I can say mixed languages. That is that is not the standard pronunciation or the standard accent. That is that what I want to mean is that youngsters, more particularly the young generation, use the language according to the trend going on. And thereafter, what I can say is that gender actually influences on language variation. More particularly, the women uses the selected language, standard language, while they communicate with each other, because They just want to expose themselves that what they are expressing before anybody else is accurate, standard than the men usually do. And on the other hand, there is another factor that I should mention here, that is power dynamics. Language can reflect and reinforce power dynamics within society. For example, I can say certain dialects may be viewed as more prestigious, affecting social perceptions. No challenge to say that language and identity negotiation has a great and good relationship. Individuals may consciously negotiate their identities through language, adapting their speech to fit different social contexts or to challenge the stereotypes. Now, I can say impact of globalization. Globalization influences language variation by introducing new language forms and habit identities interact across cultural views and so on. Language attitudes has also the social attitudes and individuals' perception of identity, language, stigmatization, validation is also the part of that. Research and implication is the most important factor. Understanding the interplay between social identities and language variation has important implications for the socio-linguistics and so on. So at the very border of my presentation today, I would like to say that language, variation, and social identities are interconnected. Language variation occurs in need of social identities and many other factors. Hope to see you again. If you have any query, note that if you have any query and question as to the topic that I have presented before all of you, you can raise your question. Inshallah, I will try to answer all of your questions.